Hey, what's up guys? I'm BTC. I just got the limited edition Oni skin for Genji, and it looks amazing, but getting it was really pretty annoying, and I kind of wanted to talk about the different cross-promotion stuff that Blizzard does with their different games. Specifically the one that's going on right now, which is the Oni skin that I just mentioned. Now, if you don't know about this cross-promotion thing, let me read you real quick from their website. It says, your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to party up with one or more of your friends and play at least 15 Heroes of the Storm games in co-op versus AI, quick match, unranked draft, or ranked modes between November 15th and January 4th. So, Heroes of the Storm is a Blizzard game. It's free to play. They make money on it by selling cosmetics and other characters and stuff like that. But the game is free to play. So you just go to your Battle.net launcher and you can install it for free and play it for free. And what you do is you just group up with somebody on your friends list. You play 15 games. And then you get a special legendary limited edition skin for Genji in Overwatch. You also get like a spray and an icon or something like that as well. Now, if you don't know anybody that wants to do this with you, you can simply log into the game, Heroes of the Storm, and in the general chat, you'll see a whole bunch of people that are trying to unlock the skin. So they'll just say, hey, if you want to group up to try to get the skin, just send me a message. Then you can party up and you can play versus the AI. Basically, the easiest way to get this is you group up with 4 other people and you play versus the AI on the easiest setting. Everybody goes into the top lane, you just push the lane, and you can win the match pretty quickly. Now, me and some other people managed to finish all 15 of our games in about 3 hours. Some people can do it a little bit faster, some people took a little bit longer. I've heard, some people were able to do it in as little as like an hour and a half, and other people it took them like 6 or 7 hours. So I guess depending on, how fast you're going and how familiar you are with that type of game, it'll be easier for you. Alright, but this video isn't about how to get the Oni skin as fast as possible. I want to talk about the promotions themselves. And it makes sense for Blizzard to do this because they have some really popular games like Hearthstone, World of Warcraft, and Overwatch, and then they have other titles that are kind of falling off or struggling a bit, and those are going to be StarCraft, Diablo, and Heroes of the Storm, which is what this promotion is trying to push. So basically what Blizzard did was they took one of their most popular games right now. I don't know if it's technically more popular than Hearthstone is, but I mean, it's definitely up there. So they took Overwatch and they said, hey, look guys, if you want to get this really cool skin, and admittedly it is a pretty awesome skin. I mean, you may not think it's the best skin for Genji, but I think everybody can agree that it's a pretty nice looking skin. It's a pretty well made skin. So they said, all right, we're going to take the player base for Overwatch. If you want to get this cool skin, then you have to go and play Heroes of the Storm. Now, Heroes of the Storm is not really doing that well. The problem is League of Legends and Dota 2 are basically the games when it comes to the action RTS or the MOBA market, whichever you want to call it. So when Blizzard introduced Heroes of the Storm, they said this is basically like, League and Dota, but it's a much more casual version. And what ended up happening was the type of players that like that style of game weren't interested in Heroes of the Storm because it was too casual. People wanted more of a challenge. Now, when you're talking about challenge, Dota is definitely the most complicated of those games. League is a little bit more casual friendly, but it's still very, very competitive. But with Heroes of the Storm, like, a lot of the kind of the micro stuff that's needed in a MOBA type game is gone. You don't really have to worry about getting last hits and all that sort of stuff. So it's a lot more casual, and it just didn't do that well. As I'm recording this video right now, the game that's in the #1 spot on Twitch is League of Legends. #2 is Hearthstone, and #3 is Dota, followed by Counter-Strike, and then World of Warcraft, And then over in like number 8 is Overwatch. Now, where is Heroes of the Storm? It's all the way down at 28. So it's just, it really wasn't very popular. So again, Blizzard tried to take all of their players from Overwatch and say, hey, go and play Heroes of the Storm. Now, there was some promotions in the past that I thought were pretty alright. Basically, if you wanted a custom portrait for Hearthstone for the Paladin, I believe the character was like Liadra or something like that, it would get you like custom voice emotes and animations and stuff like that. In order to get that, you had to play World of Warcraft. And you could get a free trial account which would let you level a character up to level 20. As soon as you got to level 20, it would unlock the character portrait in Hearthstone. Now, getting to level 20 in World of Warcraft is not that difficult. You can do it really, really fast. Now, the main idea behind these cross-promotion things is they want you to try out their other games, and they're hoping that you'll play it and you'll enjoy it enough that you'll play those as well. So maybe you've never played World of Warcraft, you only played Hearthstone, but you try out Warcraft in order to get, the custom portrait for Hearthstone, and you decide, you know what, hey, I actually like World of Warcraft, I'm going to keep playing that too. So it makes sense for Blizzard to do this. The problem with some of these promotions, specifically the one that's going on right now, is that it drags on for way too long. So what me and some other people did was a pretty quick method of getting the games done. But the thing is when you play a game, pretty much within the first 45 minutes to an hour, you already know if you like the game or not. You know, for the most part, whether or not you're going to continue playing the game. And the problem with the promotion that's going on right now is it takes quite a bit longer than that 45 minutes to an hour, for most people anyways. For us, it took us 3 hours. Other people were saying it took them 6 to 8 hours in order to do that. If you don't like the game, then it's not a fun experience. You're actually getting a negative experience from the promotion. Yes, you end up getting the skin, but the thing is it feels like an annoyance. It feels like a chore for the entire time. I mean, I was streaming it while I was playing it, and we were talking about all kinds of other stuff. We were basically doing everything except paying attention to the game because nobody that I was playing with actually wanted to play Heroes of the Storm, like, at all. And the reaction that I got from the people in my Twitch audience was pretty much the same. Everybody who had been playing it in order to get the Oni skin felt that the whole experience was just a chore. Now, you don't have to do it. I mean, you can skip out on it if you want. Like, nobody is putting a gun to your head and saying you have to play Heroes of the Storm in order to get this custom skin. Like, you can live without getting the custom skin. It doesn't actually do anything. It just looks cool. But the thing is people that actually play and enjoy Overwatch, specifically if they play the Genji character, they kind of want to get all of the stuff for that character. So they're willing to do something a little bit out of the ordinary in order to actually get that skin. But with this, basically, it felt like Blizzard was trying to bludgeon you over the head and say, you will play Heroes of the Storm and you're going to like it. So the reaction from most everybody that I talked to about this whole promotion, if they got the skin, they just felt like the whole thing was an annoyance and it was a chore. Other people started playing some of the games and they just found it to be so tedious and so boring and so much of an annoyance that they actually just gave up and they didn't actually finish all 15 games. And then there were other people who just flat out said, I am not playing that game. I don't care how cool the skin is. I don't care how awesome it looks in game. I am not going to play Heroes of the Storm because it's a waste of my time. Now, I'm sure that there are some people that did enjoy the game and they'll probably keep playing Heroes of the Storm. But everyone that I talked to found the whole promotion to be just this big, annoying chore. And right after they got done and they finished their 15th game, they immediately quit out and uninstalled Heroes of the Storm. They just didn't want anything to do with it. And I think that was the main problem with this promotion in particular, is that it was just way too long, way too tedious. With a game like this, someone is going to know if they like it and they want to keep playing it after like only 2 or 3 games, right? So Blizzard making everybody play 15 games is not going to make them like it anymore. After the second game or the third game, that person already decided whether or not they actually like the game and they want to keep playing it. So again, making the process take 15 games is just way, way more tedious. And again, people just, from what I've seen, everybody just had a negative reaction about it. Now, I would really like to know what you guys thought about it. Did you get the skin? If you did you actually like Heroes of the Storm? Are you going to keep playing it? Or did you find the whole process to just be an annoying, boring chore? Or are you just going to skip it altogether because you either don't care about the skin whatsoever, or you really can't be bothered to actually play Heroes of the Storm? Now, the funny thing about this is I went through all of that stuff in order to get the skin, and I almost never play Genji. The only reason why I did it was because a bunch of the subscribers from my Twitch channel wanted to do it, and I thought it would be a cool little activity that we could do over the weekend. So we went and did that, but like I almost never play Genji. So overall, I think that these cross-promotion things are a really good idea, but Blizzard needs to dial back the requirements for it, because when you're playing Heroes of the Storm, if after the second or the third game you decide, man, this is boring, I don't like this at all, it's not going to change once you hit the 13th, 14th, and 15th game. Like, you're not going to play 2 games, hate it, and then after the 14th game go, you know what? I really like this game all of a sudden. It's probably not going to happen. But as I said, this promotion is running until January 4th, so you can go and get it for yourself if you want it. Let me know what you guys think about this whole promotion thing in the comment section below. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because there's lots more Overwatch on the channel. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.